past few events that CPSEC has been at. So welcome to CPSEC's first general meeting of many this quarter. And so today I was just thinking that we would kind of go over the kind of what cybersecurity is and why it's important, also known as why you should care about cybersecurity. And we'll also do some announcements at the end, and also why CPSEC is going to help you on your journey through Cal Poly and then hopefully throughout the rest of your life and your career. So to start, my name's Geneva. If you probably said this a bunch of times before to some of you, but I'm the current CPSEC president. I'm a fourth-year computer science major, and that's a picture of me and my dog right there. I mean, if you can tell what that is, but yeah.
All right, and I'm Ben. I'm a junior here at Cal Poly. I'm also, this is my second year as CTF lead. We'll talk about what that means in a second. Yeah, so as far as what we're going to be talking about today, once again, we're going to be going over the practical side of cybersecurity, how it can help you in your day-to-day life, whether that be in your classes here at Cal Poly or later on in your career. And then eventually we're going to move on to how it can actually help your career at a more macro scale, how it can help you get hired, why it's important to be in cybersecurity right now. And eventually we're going to move on to why CPSEC can actually help you get that experience that you need.
Okay, so let's start with the practical applications of cybersecurity. For how many computing majors do we have in here? CPE, CS, software. And then do we have any non-computing majors in here, like business or anything? Oh, right, I remember you from last year, yeah. Okay. So we have stuff for you guys too. Cybersecurity is for everyone, not just computing majors. It's definitely important for everyone, so we're going to get into that right now. So what is cybersecurity? By definition, it's the art of protecting networks, devices, and data from unauthorized access or criminal use. Cybersecurity and digital literacy is essential in our daily life as it protects our personal data and our company's data, and especially with the rise of AI, these attacks are getting more complex and the defenses are not able to catch up with them. So this is why it's important for everyone personally to know cybersecurity, and also why cybersecurity education is important to have across different companies. General rules you should follow if you didn't read those. Unique passwords. This is all obvious stuff, but it's actually, you should be doing this if you haven't. I know we've all heard it, but yeah, unique passwords. Rotate them if you want to like put a word and then change some numbers to punctuation. You can do that. But yeah, MFA. Be careful what you click. All that stuff.
Yeah, so we see cybersecurity is actually a growing problem in the world right now. We can see there are actually 72% of businesses worldwide were affected by ransomware attacks in 2023. So pretty much everyone is being affected by cybersecurity, whether you like it or not. You can't simply opt out of the cybersecurity landscape. And as you can see here, there's a huge volume of attacks that are being perpetuated against every single organization in the world as we speak. So, yeah.
And so today we're going to be talking about three of many cybersecurity fields. We're going to go through a little bit about information security, network security, and application security. So information security is probably the most basic one, the one that you've all come across already, and that you'll continue to come across, especially if you're a computing major or any major. It's just protecting your private information, including personal, financial, stored digitally or physically, by mitigating information risks. So make sure, like I said before, you have good credential management, you're rotating your passwords, and that you're safely browsing the internet, not clicking anything dangerous or suspicious. And so classes at Cal Poly where you're going to run into this, you have your software engineering classes, which are 307, 308, and 309. If you're CS or CPE, you have to take 307. And then software, you can take 307 if you're CPE. It's an elective. But for CS, you have to take 307. Software engineers have to take 308, 309. So, because we're going to talk about this a lot throughout this presentation, because you're basically, in that class, you build your own website, and you walk through it with like a group. And so you're going to run into some information security issues, and you'll likely have to implement MFA in that. And so that's kind of just something you can recognize as information security. Cryptography is taught by Zachary Peterson, great professor. Also loves CPSEC, so if you can take him. And then senior project, if you're building like a website, web application, anything with your senior project, you're going to need to keep it protected. And like I mentioned earlier, your daily life, any of your passwords, and then 320 or 321 are your internship security classes. Network security. So this is going to be, it's obviously applies to your daily life as well, but it's most important in the workplace, because whatever company you're working at, there's going to be a lot of traffic on those websites, and you have to make sure that you're not making dumb decisions, and you're making sure that the traffic going on those websites looks normal. And so network security deals with protecting the integrity and safety of network connections, and this is where you would get your DDoS attacks. And so the tools that you'll use for network security are going to be your firewalls, VPNs, and then just regular traffic inspection. And then the classes that deal with this, they're the first two right there, 464 and 422. They're taught by Brett Hartman, who is like a security legend around here. He also teaches 321. And these two classes, especially internet networks, network security also, obviously, but we've heard from past alumni at CPSEC that these are the two classes that you're going to use a lot in your in the workplace, no matter where you work. And so classes like networks, classes like databases, classes like intro to security, like you're going to see that probably for the rest of your life, especially if you go into that workforce. Is your question?
What was the name of that guy again?
Oh, Brett Hartman. Brett Hartman, yeah, he's great. And he'll probably do a talk at CPSEC too, so if you see his name, you should definitely come by. Senior project also, that's on all of them because security is going to be a big part of that, of your senior project in your day and of your senior project. And then also, again, 320 and 321. 321 is a great class. CS majors have to take it. CPE majors can take it, but it kind of touches on a whole bunch of things in security, but it doesn't go super deep. So if you want just like a baseline knowledge of that, take 321, and then if you want a deeper level of network security, for example, you can take 422. And then finally, the third one, we're going to talk about application security, which is essentially if you deploy an app or if you have an app on your computer, making sure that that is safe from hackers, and so from hackers and who will exploit vulnerabilities. And so security tip, especially if you're deploying an app for your senior project or for your company, protect your API keys, and we'll get more into all three of these throughout the year as we do talks, but that's just one thing you can do. And then classes again, if you're going to be making a website or a web app in your software engineering classes, so keep in mind for that. Senior project, building a web app, keep that safe, and then 321, intro to security again. Okay, and then here's some honorable mentions. If you're into hardware security, 426 is taught by, we have hardware and a hardware officer right here. So if you're into hardware security, this is a really great class. It's taught by by Stephen Beard. He'll also come and do a talk, but he's great. And then 321 are for our two like non-computing majors. It's basically security for non-computing majors, or if you want just like a basic understanding of security, you have 320. And that's a great class you can take. And then these three are also great: wireless, system security, software security. They're all going to be in your, like if you Google Cal Poly flowcharts and pull up the curriculum sheet for the privacy and security concentration, it'll show you all the security electives you can take there as well. But these are just some of our recommendations.
Cool. With that out of the way, so that was kind of the practical day-to-day applications of cybersecurity. Let's talk about how cybersecurity can further you as a person in your goals in life. So first thing I want to mention is that there's actually a huge shortage of cybersecurity workers in the status quo. We can see that there's actually 750,000 unfilled cybersecurity positions in the US alone, and this is because people simply don't know how to do these types of jobs. People don't understand the cyber threat landscape because it's constantly evolving. As you can see here, there's actually near zero unemployment for people that do have the requisite cybersecurity skills to participate in today's cybersecurity workforce. We can also see that cyber attacks are actually getting worse and worse every year. There's a 30% year-over-year increase, but I think the most interesting number here is that you can actually see there's 1,600 cyber attacks per organization per week. So this is something, again, all organizations all across the world are going to be dealing with. And so having cybersecurity knowledge makes you really, really valuable as an employee, especially as the cybersecurity world is changing. Things are getting more complicated. More and more people and more knowledge is always needed. And this is why cybersecurity knowledge makes you more hireable. Companies don't want to be the next victim of a big data breach. There's a huge financial responsibility they would have to bear if that were the case. And so they want to hire employees that are aware of cybersecurity related topics, employees that aren't going to mess things up for everybody. And so this is the kind of stuff that you'll learn about here in CPSEC, as well as in your security classes, should you take them at Cal Poly. And of course, the most important reason,
cybersecurity is fun! There you go.
Yeah, here's some examples of the things we deal with here in CPSEC.
We have community interaction at these general meetings and at our CTF meetings and social events.
We have our CTFs, where you can foster a competitive spirit as you learn a whole lot.
Learn a whole bunch. We also go to B-Sides. It's kind of dark there in the middle, right here. It's a cybersecurity conference that we take everybody to who signs up, and you get also to network and learn about security there.
Yeah, we also, do movie nights and board games and other things for fun. There's also lockpicking, and there's a whole lot more. I included some examples at the bottom. But the cybersecurity community is really, really big. There's a lot of people involved, and it's a really, really fun community to interact with.
Mhm.
So, how does that actually look in CPSEC?
Okay, so yeah, so CPSEC can help you first with our general meetings. We have networking. You can network here, first of all, with other students and past club members, and also the professors that come and give talks. We have a bunch every year that come. We have industry professionals that come. We're having exclusive networks come first later in November, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, it's just a great way. I know, I mean, CPSEC can't get you a job directly, obviously. Don't count on just us for that. But that has happened in the past where we'll have employers come and talk about what a resume should look like and how it's become more hireable and what things you should focus on. So that's a great way to do it. Get involved if you're interested in if you're new to Cal Poly and you want a community that you can hang out with and connect with and ask about different things about the city and about the school. You can get involved that way. This is a great community to be a part of. You know, like the cybersecurity community in general is great, but especially here at Cal Poly, we love hanging out and learning. As you can tell, the structure of general meetings is going to be kind of like this, where we'll do a presentation on a specific security topic, or someone else will come in and do that. And so you'll definitely learn a lot if you come to the general meetings. And then again, community goes along with getting involved, meet other computer science students with the same majors and interests as you.
Cool, so those are going to be, this time, you're in a general meeting now, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. On Saturdays from 1 to 3 p.m. we'll have our CTF meetings. CTF meetings are kind of the hands-on equivalent of the general meetings. So if you're actually interested in learning how to hack, learning how hacking works at the lowest level, how you can exploit vulnerabilities, how you can find problems in web applications and binaries, whatever, these are the meetings you're going to want to go to. So we teach you how to hack, how cybersecurity really works at the nitty-gritty level. We'll also have, again, opportunities to compete in cybersecurity competitions. That's, of course, optional if you don't want to, but it ends up being a really, really great way to learn and bond with other people. It's a whole lot of fun. Like I said, you can also collaborate as a part of these competitions, as a part of just working on cybersecurity stuff in general. I would say some of the most meaningful collaborative experiences of my life have been a part of these cybersecurity competitions. And we'll also have, in addition to the cybersecurity competitions and the workshops on how to hack, we'll have various other activities. We're working on, of course, planning our war driving activity. I think that was announced earlier in the year. In the past, we've demonstrated our hacking equipment. We've snooped on video signals using passive emissions from the wire itself. So you can do that wirelessly, as it turns out. We've got all sorts of fun equipment for that. Lockpicking. We've also done some work with AI in the past, how to manipulate them, what's going on with large language models, all that fun stuff.
Exactly. And I mean, this shouldn't have to be said, but I'm just saying it just in case. We teach you how to hack ethically and safely, so we do not condone any illegal hacking or trying to break into someone's dorm, nothing like that. So just make sure you're being safe when you're hacking, and here are some upcoming events that we have. So yes, you want to take
Sure.
the CTF? Yeah.
So this weekend we're going to have our kind of kickoff CTF meeting. Thanks to everyone who came to the office hours last week, but of course that was totally optional. So this weekend we're really going to be introducing CTFs. CTFs are the hacking competition, spoiler alert. And we're also going to be going over, we're going to be doing a little workshop for some of the web exploitation problems. So if you've heard of things like cross-site scripting or SQL injections, we're going to be talking about those this weekend, Saturday 1 to 3 p.m. I don't know where it'll be yet. It'll be on the Discord.
Yeah, just keep an eye for that. And yeah, if you're not in the Discord, come see us after. We have the link and a QR code up here. But next week is the Computing Career Fair, if you guys haven't gotten that email yet, where basically a bunch of companies are going to come and you're going to give them your resumes and talk to them. It's very heavy stuff. But afterward, if you want to de-stress and debrief with us, we're going to have a game night in here, and we're going to have some food there. And so you can come. You can bring a game if you want. We'll also have card games and board games when we're doing group games. And yeah, so it'll be a good time to come after you deal with all those recruiters. But speaking of the career fair, something's wrong with our lab. It's under construction right now, but I wanted to do a kind of office hours this week before the career fair so that you guys could come and ask questions about what that looks like and what you should be doing and stuff like that. So since it's compromised, you can come up to us after. Who are the officers in here? We have us 4. And so you can come up to us after and ask us about that, or you can also message the Discord and ask more about that there too. But definitely go to the career fair if you've never been to one. Yeah. And yeah, we have this Discord link if you want to take a picture of it. But so far, are there any questions? Oh, sorry. Wait, let me go back.
Wait, so when do you want us to ask you about the career fair stuff?
You can ask us today after. We're ending a little early today for
Oh,
that.
okay,
Like if
okay.
you guys have just general questions, you can spit them out here, or you can talk to us after, or you can just message on Discord.
Or come to the CCF meeting.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, there's food at that too. This, by the way,
There
this
will be
Saturday
food,
we'll have
yeah.
free food there as well.
That's coming.
Yeah, so that's always good. And then, oh yeah, we have some sources here. I really quickly I wanted to point one out. I think it was, number 4. If you guys want to look into that, it's cool. It's the 5 ransom attacks of 2022, and they're pretty crazy. Kind of what happened is a couple of them were government attacks. One of them on Costa Rica. If you guys heard about that, so if you want to look into those.